Good morning. I am so blessed to be here this morning. I'm very excited. I'm Reverend Dr. Wanda, and I'll be your MC today. And I want to welcome you to the Center for Spiritual Living Charlotte. If this is your first time, we are delighted that you have chosen to join us today. With modern technology, we are extremely grateful for this opportunity to touch so many lives, especially through Zoom, Facebook, and to share the wonderful happenings at CSL Charlotte. So please feel free to visit our website, cslcharlotte.org, put in a prayer request, and subscribe. We add our recordings to our website each week. The Center for Spiritual Living Charlotte is a new thought community living in ancient wisdom philosophy based on the science of mind. This science of mind philosophy was developed in the early 20th century by writer and lecturer Dr. Ernest Holmes. Dr. Holmes is a man on a mission. He studied the truths from all of the world's religious traditions and spiritual paths, and then developed a fresh new way for us to look at ourselves and how we fit into our world. At CSL Charlotte, every philosophy is honored, along with every race, sexual orientation, and physical distinctions. This is truly a diverse community. There are so many paths to the divine. We can call it God, peace, love, spirit, Allah, great spirit, whatever resonates with you. You do not have to leave your beliefs or philosophy or nature of knowledge. You can join us anytime. These tools are designed to enhance your faith. We recognize and refer to many holy scriptures, such as the Bible, the Quran, the Torah, the Bhagavad Gita, just to name a few. Our vision statement is to continue a spiritual community, creating and preparing a succession of future leaders who can fully integrate, teach, and expose the science of mind principles, messages, and practices that strengthen the mind, body, and spirit of individuals. One of our aims is to create a high collective consciousness for everyone in this community, in this country, in this world. We teach everyone the tools to do just that. So please come and join us as we meet each Tuesday evening at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So welcome everyone, and enjoy our service as we celebrate this powerful being which lives within each and every one of us. So before I pass this to our wonderful Reverend Rosedale, who I know is fully prepared to elevate us today, her talk today is on the revelation of passion. And a revelation, as we know, is a divine disclosure in humans of their life purpose. And the passion is that compelling urge that cannot be denied. It's that thing inherent within you. So I can hardly wait to see what Reverend Rosedale is going to share with us about that. So I want to turn that over to you right now, Reverend Rosedale.
Whoa, thank you. That's exactly what the revelation is. See, the revelation is the revelation of our passionate path says, divine revelations, divine things. Thank you, Dr. Wanda. Thank you, Dr. Wanda. That's our MC, always thinking ahead. So anyway, welcome everybody to Center for Spiritual Living Charlotte, the Mind, Body, Spirit Center. And I want to welcome YouTubers because it's a lot of you out there, and I'm so grateful to see that you like coming and calling me and telling me you'd like to get on, and I think it's fantastic. And everybody everywhere, even into our, in-person community right now. So it's a wonderful idea that you're all involved in listening and watching us. So anyway, what I want to talk about first, what's the first thing we do at our spiritual community? We open up with a spiritual affirmation, affirmative prayer. I don't know why I like to get tongue twisted on that, but I got it. So, first on our platform, we have my awesome Reverend Karen, my sister, my spiritual sister, and all that stuff. She's one of the few people who I have a tendency to really trust with my passionate thoughts and my what is it called? My very private thoughts. And she knows about it. But you know, the best part about it is she takes care with it. She really does care about my passions, and she's listening to me. Also, to the point where we can be thinking about the same things about each other and text each other. She did that just yesterday. Text me to tell me stuff that she was thinking about our paths. And I said, oh my goodness. Whatever. So anyway, you're in for a treat today because you got two sisters getting here. One's opening us up and the other's doing the talk. Then you got a third sister, Dr. Wanda, who's going to be who is our MC. So we got this all going on, guys. So just watch that and let Karen open us up with a powerful prayer as she normally does. Karen, please go do you.
Oh my goodness, what twin sisters. We are a trio. We are powerful. And I didn't know I was doing prayer this morning. So this is a surprise to me. But God is always within us. God is always speaking through us. So it doesn't matter if I remembered or didn't remember or what. We go into prayer this morning absolutely knowing with open hearts, open minds as one, with the one heart of the universe, with Reverend Rosedale, knowing for her and with her that she is at peace this morning, that everything unfolds perfectly, everything manifests beautifully in this service. Wherever, if we're on Zoom, if we're on in person, if we're wherever we are, however we're doing it, it is beautiful. It is all perfect. And prayer comes from our hearts. Prayer is the passion of our talk with God. And this is a perfect subject for today because passion is our lives. We live in passion. We pray in passion. We follow God's journey in the passion of our light. And our light is the passion of God. And so with that, I'd like to say in complete gratitude in knowing that this service unfolds beautifully and perfectly for each and every one of us and for all of us as a whole. I release this prayer into the beauty of the universal law, the heart of God, and together we say, and so it is.
And so it is. Oh man. So what we got going on here today is definitely going to receive some type of revelation of some sort. Now, whether you hear it or not is a different story, but it's always going on. Remember that. You're always getting revelations 24/7. So next on our platform is our reader. Now this is a person who's been involved with my passionate path ever since I even knew I had one. And this particular passion that I have been working on with the Center for Spiritual Living Charlotte for several years, she's been a part of that with me. Bar none, this particular path has been one of the best things that I've ever done in my life. So I must say I've done a lot of great things, but this is great. I'm just so truly loving it. But then again, who knew that this person since 2011 and 12 would be still going strong with me? And here we are cross country, still working together spiritually. So anyway, I just want to tell you that I can't think of anybody better that can do the talk today because it's all about that passionate path that I've been on a journey or your journey. And you'll see that because after Melissa Spiegler's reading, you're going to listen to the song that says, I'm already enough. And it's going to be really good for you to actually get your revelation. And it's really going to be good. So Melissa, please make it do what it do.
Thank you, Reverend Rosedale. Yes, this morning we are talking about revelation of passion. And my reading today is from Passion for Awareness, Living Open and Living Free by Mark Steinborg. Passion is a quality of consciousness. Passion emerges where conscious quality is released with universal need. This
It doesn't need to be a remarkable occurrence, as it happens to all of us daily and is part of the deeper sense of purpose. Passion comes from the source of life as it expresses through form as part of life. And this, its supply, is infinite. Passion is guided by the pure power of care. It's the basis of the personality, where love takes form as service in life. And in the pursuit of a truly fulfilling life, there's a powerful principle that holds the key: focus. Focus on what truly excites you. Imagine waking up each morning with a heart brimming with wonder, eager to seize the adventure that lie ahead. By consciously choosing to center your life around what brings you genuine joy, you create a vibrant tapestry of fulfillment that enriches every moment. Being conscious is key. Life moves so fast in this day and age. It is superpowers to slow down, to think about what elements we really want our life to consist of. This conscious decision to pursue our passions becomes the very building blocks of fulfilling life, laying the foundation for a journey filled with joy, contentment, and the sheer delight of following what makes our heart and soul sing. As you continue to focus on what sets your heart aglow, the months and years unfurl like eloquent chapters in your personal tale of happiness. A life dedicated to your passions is bound to make you a happier person, transforming every aspect of your being and enriching your perspective on life itself. In the ceaseless pursuit of joy and fulfillment, it's essential to break free from the shackles of self-doubt and limiting belief. Anything that may seem daunting in life or impossible to achieve, it just takes time and focus. Embrace the belief that your dreams are well within reach, as long as you believe in yourself and have some patience. Now take a moment to contemplate how your life would be enriched if you pick one, two, or three things that added to your life genuinely brings you joy. Now, as this anonymous quote states, stars do not struggle to shine, rivers do not struggle to flow, and you will never struggle to excel in life because of the power of your passion. And so it is.
Wow. Take a nice deep breath. And as you do, breathe in really slow. And as you exhale, make sure you are relaxed and you're totally comfortable as you slowly exhale. Now remember this. Today we're talking about the revelation of our passionate path. But let me just tell you, it's really coming to you for the first way by that quote that Melissa had, which is, stars do not struggle to shine and rivers do not struggle to flow. So you will never struggle for excellence in life because you know that because of the power that you have within you of your passion, you can never go wrong. That's that passion. That's that power, right? Also, the song I'm Already Enough actually says to you already that you are enough. Is that a revelation or what? Are you? Do you believe that? Because if you do, that's the first revelation of the morning. You and I are already enough. In the meantime, prepare for your talk that you're about to hear as you wiggle your fingers and your toes and bring all three and integrate that mind, that body, and that spirit together. And then really give a good look around your space as though you are brand new. to the world, brand new to the space or whatever. And then when you come back into the space after looking around, you'll say to yourself something like, well, I accept that I'm new because this is a new day. Well, I'm new because it's a new day. I'll say that for myself. And I'm going to take a gratitude moment at first. And I'm saying thank you so much, Dr. Wanda, for being here as our MC. And also, Melissa, that reading that you just did actually brought passion to life. And so thank you very much, Melissa. And then the next thing I want to say is our talk type. Oh, wait, whoa, forgot about this, the prayer. Thank you so much, Reverend Karen, for that opening prayer, because it definitely put in a lot of power into my passion muscle. So it was very good. So, all right, let's get on with it. So when it really comes down to it, we have to realize that discovering and understanding or needing to know our true passions and really listening for the revelation of that passion to get you to the next place, it's all about tuning ourselves in. Now, as we tune in, we begin to understand that, there's stuff going on. See, here, and it is a process. That's all it is. And here's what I need to say about the process. This is what it is. It is authenticity and alignment that we are after so that we can actually see the passion. You see, because here's it is. If you want revelation and guidance from within, the best things for you to do is to tap into that. And how do we do that? We do that with spiritual practice. Spiritual practice, spiritual practice, spiritual practice. Because what happens is the more spiritual practice we do, the more we are guided, the more we actually hear. And I can tell you this, I can look, not judge, I can look at people and tell whether they are practicing just by watching the changes in their lives, just by seeing what's actually showing up, because that's all we need to do. So here's what we do. Once we start that listening and getting all that stuff to happen, all our actions and our choices and all of these things begin to line up. As they begin to line up, we're happy. You heard Melissa's reading that says, when we're happy, that's our passion. That's where we are. It's leading us to a more fulfilling and also purposeful life. And that's the whole beauty behind it. See, intuition and that inner wisdom that's inside of us already, it is also playing a very vital role. But all of these words add up to one thing. It's that spirit within us. Passion is that spirit within us. Revelation is coming from that spirit within us. The noise, the quiet, the chatter is coming from that spirit within us. And the good news about it all is that we are receiving revelations of our passionate path 24 hours in a day. Spiritual practice gets us to hear it. The more we are practicing, the quicker we get to transformations. The more we are practicing, the quicker we get to be at ease. The more we are practicing, the happier we really are. Really. Sometimes the revelations may not come the way we expect them to come. Also, we may not be thinking we're getting any revelations at all. But the thing I like to say most, stay woke, be patient, and be receptive. Well, staying woke is being receptive. So stay woke, right? Be receptive to what's going on inside of you, not so much around you, because what's around you, you've created. You know, I had that discussion with my grandson because he was kind of feeling a little down on himself. And one thing I didn't do with the boys in my family was never accepted that, where they had a thing where, well, it's because of this. I said, no, we're not going to do the victim. It's by right of consciousness that you get to do this. Now, you're saying to me, you want to start a business, but you can't because why? No, 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 no. Time? No, no, no. You have time, but you use your time for different things. It's up to you. You, by right of consciousness, you do that. I told him that like Friday or Saturday. So before I went to bed last night, we were watching Batman. I watch certain movies with him because he likes that. So anyway, we were watching Batman and he said, guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to have a side business. I said, get out. What are you doing? He says, well, I'm going to do details, car detailing. And so the first thing my mind jumped to was, what is that thing where you power wash cars? No, Mom, it's called detail. Oh, okay, dude, you got it, you got it. So I said, well, how'd you come up with that? He said, by right of consciousness. Again, he started trying to figure out what was his passion. He asked himself, because I told him, ask yourself what you want to do. You'll figure it out. It's not going to come to you by asking me what do you want to do. I could tell you something that may not even relate to you. I cannot speak the words of someone else's on someone else's lips, nor can they speak the words on mine. I have to allow guidance to unfold for me. My guidance unfolds for me, and that's what works for me. Yours does too. It will work for you. It should work for you. But spiritual practice, a lot of it, not just today and then tomorrow you said, oh, I forgot. I haven't done anything in a couple of weeks. But you expect this to happen. Well, inspect what you expect. And then you'll start to say, okay, I know. I need to do this because this is going to make me happier. See, exploring different avenues and taking risks is powerful because without risk, you have no goodies. Because you have to be kind of uncomfortable in order to get somewhere. Because if you're totally comfortable, guess what? Nothing happens. Scary, isn't it? We think that, oh, if you hurt your leg, sit down, don't move. That's wrong. Oh, if you can't walk and you feel tired, don't walk. That's wrong. Push. Push. You are the one in control of your power. You have to have the passion to what? Live. Whew. Living is not for the weak at heart. I keep saying that. It is really not. You know, I tell you what, Horace called the other day and he gave me this quote. And I'm going to tell you something. It is really crucial to prioritize our own inner thoughts and what's going on because it got him so elated that he felt like he would call me. And he said something like, if it doesn't challenge you, it doesn't change you. Well, that hit me right in my spirit. True, because I was already thinking about if you're scared and you're challenged, you better move on that thing. Because if it doesn't challenge you, nothing happens. There's no change. And here the deal is, most of the time we need something done, there's some change that has to be done. And sometimes change comes to you through dreams and revelation. I got another example of a divine revelation. I love it, Dr. Wanda, thanks. My sister called me up the other day and said, I had a dream about Ma. I said, did you really? She said I had $1 and I asked her for change. She said, if you want change, go to Dale. Well, the family calls me Dale. Bing! It went to me right away what my mother meant to tell when she told her that. Evidently, my sister needs something and she needs to change something. But she thought she meant money. See, these revelations, you really want to think. No, it wasn't about change me, give me 4 quarters for $1. change. No, that's not what it meant. And so I actually talked to her about that and gave her a long conversation about it. And I said, so what does that mean to you, transformation and change? She just, and it's whatever she believes. She said, yeah, but I'm not ready. I know what it's trying to tell me, that I should buy that, but I'm not ready now. Okay, okay. You heard your mother, but you do what you got to do, because here's the deal. There's no trust. There's no trust in that revelation. You have to have trust in that revelation. You have to have trust that is coming from that power within you. But without the trust and without the trained mind, it's nothing personal. If you don't train your mind, you just miss some things. But it doesn't mean that you totally lost out in life. Has nothing to do with that. It just means that, okay, I'll wait. I love this thing that I heard of Wayne Dyer. I used to show this movie called The Shift, and he said something like this to the photographer who was kind of confused. He said, you know, Jesus said to the whatever person, if you're not ready to change yet, that's okay. I'll wait. What he said that for was to let us know that this voice in us, this divine power within us waits for us before we do anything. It's going to say, hey, when you're ready, when the student is ready, the teacher will appear. But the only way the student gets ready is passion and trust. And then you begin to embrace that process, because you can't embrace a process you don't trust. You can't do spiritual practice if you don't trust that there's something that's going to come out of this. And it's going to change me from when I sat down in that chair to when I get up. There's a change that's going to happen to me, or something like that. You know, I want to say something that's very gratifying that happens in my life. See, there was another time I needed change. I needed change every single time that I got onto a new plateau or a new journey. Always, I'm looking for change. I have to embrace and accept that. So I heard this Rosedale say, in order for me to change, I have to actually become vulnerable and to genuinely love people. Now, I got to tell you that, because 20, 30 years ago, I did not love that many people. I really didn't. Okay. But then I understood this one thing. I wanted to change. Whereas my sister, when my mother sent her to me, she wasn't ready. She doesn't want to change yet. But it was a nice idea for me to break it down to her, she said, but okay, I'm not ready to do that. Okay, that's okay. But here, I wanted to be loved, not loved. I wanted to be it. Because we got 4 stages of consciousness when it comes down to that victim, where it's happening to me, or it's happening every now and then for me. I get a parking space or something like that. And now it's happening, well, through me. But that 4th stage, I'm it. I am. That I am. I wanted to be love. And boy, oh boy, I tell you, this journey to love was not for the weak at heart. I'm going to tell you right now, trust me, I wanted it, but I am it now. And it's still not for the weak at heart, because it's a progressive process. You got to really love people. And guess what? I really do, when it boils down to it. But here's another thing that I tell you can't do it if it's at the weak, if you're the weak at heart. If you don't like someone because they're making you angry for that moment, you just don't like them for that moment, you got to tell them you love them, because it'll change you. Well, I'm just telling you what it does to me. Okay, it changes me when I pull up my bootstraps and say, you know what? Yeah, piss me off. Okay, I said the word. The person annoyed me. Does that sound better? Okay, so guess what? When this person annoyed me And I've told them how I felt and all. They don't have to know. They don't have to say nothing to me. They don't have to apologize to me. They don't have to do any of that. I gotta now then say, you've already expressed it. They can do whatever they want with it. But here's the deal. Now, if you're authentic and genuine, you gotta tell them you love them. Ooh, let me tell you something. If you can't do that, don't force it. What did that spirit say? I'll wait. When you're ready to love that person, I'll wait. And I said, well, I don't want spirit to wait, because when spirit waits in my world, my process, my progress slows up. I know better. See, it also says in the Bible that once you know the truth, you can't pretend you don't know. Once you know the truth that this power within you is constantly talking to you 24/7, you cannot pretend you didn't know. If you followed Centers for Spiritual Living Charlotte all these 3 years, you cannot say, I did not know I was in power of my life. But you can. I'm not saying you can't. You can. But you know what? You're not ready for the love thing. So why don't you say, I challenge you to do something like this instead, if the love thing doesn't work. But it's working for me. It's working. I know how to do it now. And I feel like I just broke through a shell, like the clam, I'm going from one place to the next, so I'm going to be doing this. So like I said, the journey I chose, I don't know, some 15, 20 years ago, love is not for the weak at heart. I know people like to think that it's very easy to say. No, first, I want to first be getting my authenticity and my genuineness in place. It's just that simple. So I needed the revelation in my life back then in order for me to make that change. So when Horace called me Friday morning and gave me that quote, it brought back those memories of when I chose to be loved. And it was challenging. I was going through a whole lot of things back then. I was exiting the police department because I would go there every day because at night I would be at peace because I started making meditation tapes for these teenagers and youth that I was working with and their families because I became a counselor. Wow, Spirit was telling me then, you are headed. This is Rosedale. Today's Rosedale is calling me. And so I decided to myself, listen, all these revelations for you. Horace gave me another one the other day. And that revelation made me remember that, which also triggered me into remembering how I'm going to relax myself. And then Karen called me and I asked her for a favor. And so because of all of that, it happened. I didn't know how it was going to happen, but it happened. The passionate path that I'm on, setting up Centers for Spiritual Living Charlotte, is good. I'm not tired. I get my break. Karen says you should have a break anytime you want one. That's just the way it goes. So I just know that I remember when I hear certain quotes, and that one took me back. So no more getting angry with people and shutting them out of my life. I may be angry momentarily, but it's just enough time so they can understand how I feel. If they choose not to, I still cannot let that be. So think about that. Technically, I know that it makes me happier and I get to live longer when I actually follow and listen to my revelations and trust the process, period. Because research indeed says that surrounding yourselves with people that you care about and loving them works. And it keeps you alive, it keeps you healthy, and it keeps you happy. The number one. Number two, when you surround yourself with people that you really care about, you keep them happy and healthy as well. It's a two-way street. And being of service is the most important thing. And one of the things I love is serving the people I serve powerfully. Because when I do that, I get to feel so good about myself. And I'm driving down the street listening to my music, just ecstatic. What do you do to make you decide to pop on that music and kick it up another gear? Because that's a spiritual practice too. So I just want to tell you, before I lead you into this next song, there is something truly fulfilling and satisfying when it comes down to being of service and helping people. Just know that. If you are the person that wants to be happy and live life, because people are not in this world to hurt us. People are here to be with us, to love us, and we have to know that to be the truth. If we're not ready to know that, it'll wait. It'll keep. So when you know what it is that you do, and when you decide what it is you're going to do, that is when you are going to step into your next passionate path each and every time, and change is going to be happening. So, we do this at CSL Charlotte. We just constantly, we are all about the CSL, the spiritual practices. We're all about that. We know that, we don't just fake the funk. I don't, right? We don't just say it, we do it, all right? And when we do it, miracles happen. And they're not even miracles because it's supposed to happen. So I want to talk about this. When it comes down to your passionate path, whichever one you're on, every week you're on a new one. So don't think that this is the end, but enjoy that journey. So when you look back, when you get to that plateau where you are, many times we go, oh, I did all this. Is this it? No, the thing is what you learned on the way there to that top of that mountain. That's what it's really all about. So remember this, always speak up, always remember, see your life as an empty page, a blank page. Everything that you're doing next, tomorrow is unwritten. There's no such thing as a predestined life. You are in charge of the life that you live. Number one. Number two, when you decide, or I'm not telling you, I'm telling me too. When we decide that we have a blank page in front of us, an unwritten page, this next song is going to tell us that our lives are unwritten. Tomorrow is not written in anything. You write that. Don't ever let it trick you. Yes, I know you heard that. Oh yeah, this life is predestined. Trust me when I tell you, I've seen things change around in my life. Transformation happens. So when you look at this, when you hear this song, really accept it. Get to feel how great it feels to listen to this song and to know that your life is unwritten and you got an empty page in front of you every day. So start that out this week, but listen to this song. Feel the rain on your skin. No one else can feel it for you. Only you can let it in. No one else can speak the words on your lips. Be unwritten for the rest of the week. Remember, tomorrow you got a new slate. Whatever you did today is over. But tomorrow you can rewrite that whole chapter. And I want to say that this is the time right here where we talk about birthdays. Yeah, we talk about birthdays because that's the day we came to be. You know, I was looking the other day because now I'm on a top floor where I get to see the moon. And the other day we had this big full moon. And I think about how this universe was made and how each and every person came to be. We all came to be on a particular date and time, and we should be ecstatic about that and want to celebrate it. And it's big to me to celebrate birthdays because I celebrate every single one of mine because I'm glad to be here to go around the sun. So you know your birthday, I may not, but how about you putting that in the chat if you're not sure if we have it, or if you're on YouTube, put it in the comments, just your month and your day. And that would be fantastic. We had a little glitch once where people couldn't make comments on there, but try it again if you're at our if you're on YouTube right now. Okay, so jot down a month a day for us, and that'd be great. So now let me say, I have to thank my fabulous prayer team, platform team, because here's the deal. We had Reverend Dr. Wanda, awesome MC. Then we had Reverend Karen, who did our prayer opening, and she will be closing us out. Then we had Melissa do our reading. So thank you, ladies, for opening up and being here front and center throughout the service. And then we had our announcements and our music by Timmy P. Timmy P is more than our announcements and music person on Sundays. He is our pilot who makes sure that our YouTubes look so beautiful. Go out. Oh, you're probably watching it now if you're on YouTube, but go out anyway and check us out on the other dates that you might have missed. So you can just see how beautifully well choreographed he has that thing. Really nice. So thank you, Timmy P, for all of that you put in for that. And then thank you, Alan, brother Alan, A team, for always being here by my side 24/7. You know, I usually I see Alan the first thing every Sunday morning, and I miss him to have the ride down here together. And I tell him that over and over. I really do miss you, Alan. And I said to him yesterday, you miss me, but actually I miss him. So anyway, that said, thank you, Alan, for being there to doing everything you got to do. And Melissa, thank you for that reading again, but also thank you for the spotlighting. And Groovy keeps us all informed about what's happening throughout the service, like real time. So you can't beat that with a stick, right, guys? You just can't. So I like to say, and I also like to make sure I really give Mo a big love song right now, because a love sign right now, because I know she hears it. Because here's the deal: she gets the prayers and she puts them out to you. She gives it to me. I go back out and read it. You read it. Oh my God, once you let it in, oh my God, it's very good for you. And I'm so grateful because the community that prays together really stays together. And we do it just like that. And that's the way it works. And so I think I got everybody, and put in a prayer request. When you put in a prayer request or a prayer request, when you put in a prayer request, you're going to get this email back. And if you don't get an email from us, you have not put in a prayer request. So just saying. So that all being said, I think we got us all. And now I'd like for you guys to get ready for the close. So, because before Reverend Karen prays us out, I want you to listen to this mood booster. Why do I want you to hear a mood booster? Because when the mood is high, so is the passion. When you're happy, the passion's up. So work on that, because when you're not happy, then try to work on getting that passion up, raised up in your body, in your cells, because cells have memories. And if you could laugh about something in the past, you will bring that up. Bring elate. We talk about that in the consciousness meeting a lot. Bring it up. Bring it, elate, smile. So this last song is going to bring you up to a big old smile, and it's going to remind you to stay positive and keep smiling. Yeah, things get tough, but smile. It changes every cell in your body. Try it, it works. So that said, guys, let's get this last song on, and then Reverend Karen is going to pray us out. I know God is working, so I smile. Even though I'm in it for a while, I smile. I love music. I can't play, I can't sing, but I sure love it. Well, anyway, that's what keeps me going. That's my energy. So anyway, wow, that was so good. I love when we have great songs. They really get me. I get them. Now, yeah, I love Karen. You gotta love her. She smiles. She's smiling. Yeah. Karen, please pray us out.
Oh my gosh. As we go into prayer, don't you feel like you've been in the living room of CSL Charlotte and we've all been having coffee and laughing and joking and having so much fun? And that's Rosedale. She presents that. She's our host. She just welcomes all of us in, and she laughs at herself all the time. She's always smiling. She sings at the end of the songs, and wow, she's like a little girl. She's not inhibited. She just goes out there and plays in the rain, gets wet, splashes in the puddles, and that's it. And that's what we're talking about today. That's what the message is. Passion. Live our passion in the name of God. This prayer is not in order of a treatment. I'm all out of order here, but it doesn't matter because God knows. And God knows that God is the center of this, being the center of each and every one of us. We embrace, we live it, we are the passion. And that's what Rosedale said. Don't think about it, just be it. Be the passion. As we each go out into our lives, bring on our little kid. Go out there. When it rains, don't say, oh my God, my hair's going to get wet or whatever. Run out there, splash in the puddles, just throw out your arms and say, thank you, God, I'm alive. Thank you, God, for this passion in life. And be the passion, know the passion, own it, be who you are. Take what we've heard today in this beautiful, beautiful, passionate message and in these beautiful songs and smile at life. Smile at who you are. Smile at what's happening. Smile at the rain. Smile at the sun. Smile at our mistakes, because there aren't any. God made perfect us, and we are the children of God, and we are perfect in our imperfection. So let's own it. So in that, I release this prayer in gratitude and thanksgiving for this beautiful family here, for being in this living room of CSL Charlotte this morning and enjoying the scones and coffee and tea and everything beautiful, and just knowing that we're all here together. We're all brothers and sisters on this earth, and let's live in that honor and that passion for ourselves and for each other. And in this attitude of gratitude, I release this prayer into the universal law, and join me in saying, and so it is.
And so it is. Oh my God, Karen, we are happy in our imperfection. Perfect imperfection. Yes, we are. We smile. Even though we hurt, we smile. So, yeah, man. So keep smiling this week, because if you don't smile, you're not going to know what it's like to have passion. If you're not happy, it's going to be hard to know what it's like to have passion. So whatever you got to get out of the way, if you got to forgive somebody, get it out of the way. If you got to tell somebody I love you, tell them, get it out of the way. I'm serious. When you release the stuff that's bogging you down, oh, you talking about your passion. You wake up in the morning, you get your stuff together. So anyway, guys, do that this week, because you're going to love yourself for it. Looking forward to it.